We in here, man. Yes, sir. We in here, man.
I'm good. I'm good.
We in here,
I'm
man.
here in the wardrobe.
We in here, man. Just gotta jump right in with it, man. Just gotta jump right in with it, man.
It's cool for kids or no?
Yeah, just jump right in with it.
I was just saying no.
Nah, yep.
Okay.
Jump right in. That's what editing is for. You know what I mean? That's what editing is for, real talk.
What they saying now?
Just hit it.
I don't know. I can't see right here. I don't want to learn more.
There you go.
There we go. I'm like, yeah. I ain't trying to learn more how this technical. I will in another day. I'm still in the wardrobe, everybody. Like, you know.
Yeah, we getting it, man.
We
getting it.
We doing everything, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, we doing everything.
It's crazy. Like, for real, bro.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man, toast, man. Like, man, bro. Like, remember I said, I'm gonna start it. You know what? Do your intro, then I'll take you a look at that toast.
Okay, my intro is pretty much we here.
Okay.
We here. Welcome to the A Few Good Men podcast. This is technically going to be our first episode, uncut, but we are going to be doing a lot of editing after these live episodes or give you that professional touch. The reason we're here, me and David, is because we are tired of our men not having the mental capacity to function in the daily world. We are all struggling as men, physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially. And the reason is because none of us have been taught how to deal with our emotions. So we're gonna dive into a lot of shit. It's gonna be times when you may see tears falling, you may see a little anguish, you may see a little disappointment, but we always gonna bring it back to a place of self-awareness, self-love, self-manifestation, and good energy. So, you know, that's why we're here, A Few Good Men, courtesy of David, bringing us with that beautiful topic, name for our show. And you can always replay these shows on our personal YouTube channels. Mine is I Am Understanding. Again, mine is I Am Understanding. What's yours, Brother Dave?
And Born Guilty 2. You'll see Born Guilty in 2 slashes, Roman numerals, like LL for you people out there, not the number 2. All right.
Absolutely.
And man, I love what you said, man. It's the challenges, it's the struggle, but we do it with strength. But sometimes, like you said the other day, I don't want to jump into, you know, but one of the topics you talk about, can I just have an easy day? Like, we've been taught that we have to be a superhero, looking at TV, saving everybody, certain people, without a guide, without, you know, and there's no excuses, everybody. We're not here for excuses. We're not here as experts and I know everything. I'm just coming from a young man who had a mom that was married 4 times, a father was married 2 times. Father was a police officer, my last name is Guilty, you know what I mean? So
Guilty
I was born guilty and
guilty
pleasures and all kind of stuff I can do to market that, and I didn't do it in the traditional way. I haven't had like over a year and a half of college, but University of Life. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to come with 26 years in the beauty industry, 4 different salons, won many awards, was a 6-figure earner in that over time especially, and has a great story. And every industry I've been in, I've made 6 figures, to be honest with you, but it hasn't been enough. It's not about money here. It just hasn't been enough for my freedom. And even with more money, my mind wasn't there. It was like you're pushed into certain things. So you're gonna hear why I'm giving you some of my resume is that I'm not an expert. I don't claim to know everything. I ain't trying to be perfect. I was born guilty for a reason, and I don't have to prove myself to be innocent to anybody. And I'm just here and I'm just in gratitude, because when I think about A Few Good Men, we because of some history, because of things that has transpired in most communities in the black and brown, I said in other ethnicities, it's not perfect in their cultures either. They just can pinpoint most of them. They can draw back to who started what in their namesakes, right? So that's another topic. So I'm just here, man. I'm gonna get brought up on the west side of Chicago, moved to the suburbs, had 3 different salons, a 4th salon in the city, 26 years in the beauty industry. So I heard a lot of stuff about relationships and women and men. Then I've been in the travel industry for like 18 years, met some beautiful people, had some great partnerships in that, and been in the real estate by default. You know, my mom was in it, so I was in it, and then I was able to be left with a sponsor. So it's not about just the money, everybody, but we will have some topics about the money because I still didn't know how to do what I'm doing now. So that's it, Tom, man. Like, you know, we don't want to base our stuff on just romantic or intimate.
I ain't talking about that shit.
Just,
I'm talking about that shit. Listen, man.
it's gonna come up.
I guess it's my
Tom's
turn.
gonna fight on that, but it's gonna come up because he can't help it.
I guess.
Okay, he just don't call relationships.
Yeah, I guess we're going. That's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. Listen, this is where I'm at with the whole relationship, role of marriage, talking about it.
Yes, sir.
I feel as if you're 45 and over and you ain't figured that shit out by now, good luck. You know, every time you look at TikTok, every social media page, that's what they talking about. You got brothers and sisters that just keep building on it, keep building it. And the thing that gets me, most of them have been single for 45 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I get everyone goes through these moments where they're single with this. But goddamn, if you've been single this long, how the fuck are you an expert on relationships? I'm tired of talking about that shit. And they get all the clicks, they get all the energy, they get all that. But what I'm priding myself in, from the channel that you guys are looking at, my I Am Understanding channel, I started with 0 subscribers about 3 or 4 months ago. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers already. And David is just getting reacclimated with his page, and he's gonna start seeing his stuff increasing. It's a great challenge for us to start from the bottom, talking about things that we think does matter in a man's world, and that's our mental health. How many times, brothers, have you been sitting there and you've been confused as hell? You've been feeling low, and the very person that's next to you have no fucking idea that you're going through these things. Those are the things I want to talk about. They probably turn out because they be tripping on that copyright. Yeah. So, but hopefully we don't get flagged for that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say it, but we'll figure it out. But anyhow, how many times as brothers we've been in situations where we're at our lowest, right? And we don't even have the words or the actions to really even show the people that are close to us how we're feeling. We don't know how to process these emotions. So this is a place for the brothers to come to and to be able to do that. We're providing a safe space for brothers to come here and say, hey, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to be weak. And don't get it twisted. We are both, me and David, men's. You want to try us, try us. But we also know how to have that vulnerable side with our brothers and amongst me and him to share, to communicate productively, to get to a place so that we can continue to be productive. Period. Right? And we're going to dive into a situation because we actually missing somebody. But so we're going to talk about that, man. But I also want to talk about, you know, how we're going to get into some of your guilty moments. You know, you want to talk about that later.
Yeah, and I thought about that, you know, I say guilty moments, but one of the young ladies that I partnered with, Vassar, she used to always say that's a GILTYISM.
Yes, sir.
So it's GILTYISM moments. It's
Okay.
Isms, and I'm very cerebral, thought-provoking, and what I'm learning to do now is not overthink. And even, you know, because you are very well read, even though I was in somebody's university, the University of Life. I'm learning now how to not get caught up in my own strategic mindset and like Tone was saying, you can try us because, you know, men have been taught not to cry, not to feel this, not to feel that. Who taught you that? Who taught you that? If I'm correct, I ain't talking about Adam and Eve, bro, but you was born to a feminine and a masculine energy, right?
Talk on
You know, so I love flowers. I love romantic movies. My mother taught me how to cook. So I don't care about people knowing if that's a feminine nature because I like seasonings and I love and I want to learn how to cook because you know what I'm saying? I was, you know, I've been in and out of relationships, so when I was about 20-something years young, I had a son and we had to eat. I wasn't buying food as an entrepreneur also. My mother taught me, and if that food ain't done by the time I was a latchkey kid, and I still got a lot, you know,
I was too. I used to always lose mine.
Man, so I knew when my mom was coming home, but if I didn't have her food and her mason jar of Kool-Aid,
I got you,
in the refrigerator, not too much ice melted. By the time she hit that garage, what she got me in is I couldn't go outside. My brother didn't give a damn, so I got in trouble if he didn't cook. So I had to help him cook on his days and then come mine. He was a cook. My brother was, you know, pretty good. I don't know about now, he tasted his food, but when he didn't feel like cooking, I ain't staying in the house. So I've been responsible for a long time, man, in my upbringing and you know, from my environment. So that's what I was saying. Just because of my experience in my environment doesn't make me an expert. I may just be able to say some and reach deeper, different beings on different situations and solutions that I've been able to come about from challenges. Because you get paid because you keep coming up with solutions, but now we're coming up with solutions, but we don't have to always wear the cape. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to prove to everybody that, you know, it's like, go on without me, I'm shot. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. And to that point, I want to make sure, I want us to back up a few steps because I want us to start a routine here on a Few Good Men podcast. I want it to be, and you kind of told me this the other day, I had a habit of always checking my mental state, but I would always rate myself between 1 through 10, obviously 10 being the best. And the other day I did a video and I said I was about 4, and then the next day you hit me, you was like, man, what's your percentage is? And I'm like, what you talking about? You know, where your percentage at? Because I was rating myself 1 through 10, and I thought about it, I'm like, well shit, I guess I was at a 40% yesterday. That's when I was like, well, I think I'm about 60% today. So with that being said, brother, I want to ask you, what's your mental state today? How you feeling, man? How you really doing? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that.
Man, to be totally honest, bro, ever since my awakening to my absorption,
What percentage, man? Me and you going to school.
I got to do my way here. You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at waking up this one. That's what I'm saying. It's important because it was at a 7.6.
Oh, that's good. So
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to say. Through my absorption and my awakenings today, with all the stuff that go on my head, I was at a 7.6 waking up. I was red team.
You don't hide been that high.
Not D, red team.
I ain't been that high in like 2 years.
7.6, you know why?
Yeah, 76%. Okay, I hear you.
Because yesterday I was at 5.6.
So you jumped up 20%. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. That's real good stuff. For me, today, you know what? I give myself 70%. You know, 7 out of 10 if you rate it that way. And I think for a long time I haven't been excited about doing something.
That's what I'm
You know what I mean? But I was excited about connecting and starting this podcast, even though we've had multiple issues and things that we still got, you know, a lot of red tape that we got to cut. But again, I enjoy the challenge of starting from the bottom and working our way up accordingly. I don't know what they were. I thought I turned everything off, but I guess I did. But yeah, I'm working. I'm challenging us in this space to say, hey man, we're gonna work, we're gonna start here, and we're gonna get here, and we're gonna take our time, there's never no rush, and we're gonna figure this thing out step by step. So with that being said, I'm at a 70%, bro, so I guess we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that, because you just hit it, because I looked forward to this. So, you know, I've embarked on another little notch for the resume as far as entrepreneurship.
Right.
Tithed in a month.
Yeah.
I ain't get home at 3 in the morning, bro.
Yeah.
But I got enough sleep. Then, you know, I'm part of an organization. I knew we had the president of the company asked me to have somebody speak, so I was excited about that. I just had gratitude of where I was and some things, because a week ago today, and this is when I'll put it in here, bro, about this toast.
Yes, sir. Another?
I'm grabbing the glass and we'll toast after this.
Okay, okay.
This is the first time in 7 days I had a glass of Prosecco. A week ago, 8 days ago on a Friday, I think it was Friday or Thursday, for the last 3 months, I've been internalizing success, relationships, ships, period, not just incident, ships, the different sales I'm taking course in my life for the success I want. So it's different courses and different ships that I'm a part of, right? And I've been learning to let go and lose control and trust my creator. And a week ago, for the last 2 months, bro, I've been buying Benadryls, 24 tablets to 48 tablets, bro. Been costing me 10, 25 every other day. I've been taking 2 or 3 Benadryls to 4 Benadryls, and my body got immune to it, because I was breaking out of these highs along my body, from my neck, from internalizing life. Being this superhero, trying to come up with all the answers as I go for some more success in my life, and you're leading people, and I'm a father, and I'm a friend, and some people call me a guru. Whatever that label is for me, I'm working on being calm and reading and having my devotional time, but I'm still breaking out of the highs. So I started taking Benadryl. But I started swallowing the Benadryls with Prosecco.
Whew. Shit, boy.
I'm being transparent.
Shit, let's get it. Let's talk about it. So, you know, let me dive in just a little bit with that. Like, why did you feel you had to take the Benadryls with the wine? Like, well, because you could easily just grab some sparkling water.
Because I have such a low immune, not low immune, but tolerance. Like my mother could dance all night off of ginger ale. If I have one glass, man, I'm tough. But I got into a place of numbness. The Benadryl gave me the relief that my body was inflamed and itchy. The Prosecco, even if it was a half a glass, chilled me the fuck out. And I didn't think about nothing but what I had to do. But to the point of, I had to drive myself to the emergency room because my body could no longer take everything. And I'm sitting here, I just got back from getting out in the marketplace, and I'm talking to another confidant, and all of a sudden, man, I can no longer talk, man. My speech slurred. I stood up because my body was tingling, and I was losing my balance. And I said, something not right, something not right. And I said, not today. And I had to be the superhero, because I thought about my son. I thought about all my sons, all 3 of them. I thought about my life, and I thought about the people. I thought about me. And I said, not today, motherfucker. And I grabbed myself and I settled. But instead of trying to blow it off, I went to the hospital. I drove myself to the emergency room. I told them all the symptoms. You know what they gave me? some stuff that I would break out with, some ointment, prescription to buy. They never said anything about my face getting numb. They took my blood pressure, didn't take my blood. I was born with asthma and bronchitis. And the reason why the Prosecco was important because I was in the car, before I left and went to the car, I would take a little bit and swallow it down with the water or the Prosecco because I like the taste. And I just got into a groove. But when I looked up, and it's like, do you need it or do you want it?
Right.
What is your addictions? And what do you do to numb yourself? And anything that you can't not have, you're addicted to it and it becomes your God. So I said, I'm not touching nothing. So I haven't taken a Benadryl in over a week, and I ain't touched no Prosecco. Not because I don't miss it, I ain't no drunk, so I will taste it when I want to. But I said to myself, I had the first bottle with my dude, so I look forward to today to say every day when I had just a slight, like, ooh, I just want to taste it. No. I had a bottle in the refrigerator that I didn't finish.
Okay.
And usually I would taste it, I'm gonna just drink this and I'm good. Or I would say, watch this, bro. I would pour it out so I won't be tempted. I left it to challenge myself in the refrigerator, and I never touched it until I bought a new bottle of it.
That's good stuff.
To celebrate with you.
That's good stuff.
Because I thank the Creator for when you pray about somebody, partner with somebody who will allow me to hold myself accountable of being who I am, bro. I am very thankful for your pain. I'm very thankful for your healing. I'm very thankful for what course the Creator put you on, even though we met about 7-8 years ago. We never got a chance to attend. We never got a chance to partner. You saw me in the highlight of my life that you could see from a distance. I had security there, baby.
Looking like Minister Farrakhan, like couldn't even look at the bow tie on and shit. And it was the funniest part. It wasn't your typical security. It wasn't men. It was about 75 women protecting this motherfucker. In order, man. It was crazy. I'm like, man, what does this do? I got a travel meeting. Like, what the fuck? This was so serious. Why I can't go and shake his hand? They're like, nah, man, he not taking no new people tonight. What the fuck? Shit was crazy, y'all. And like I say, when I say typical security, you used to the big swole dudes, all cocky and arrogant. Nah, man, there's about 75 women in formation. Like, he's not taking any new people tonight. Thank you for joining. You know what I'm saying? It was wild, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But look, we gotta come off there for a minute because one thing we both are proud of is that we got sponsors already. You know, we got 2 sponsors already. We got, so we got to get into kind of take a minute and pay the bills. Yeah. And you go right into economy and what that means for you, and then I go right into my thing, man. So let's just pay the bills.
Economy is the study of currency, and it's one of our sponsors that allows us to learn the way money here in the U.S. and globally is being transferred for wealth. And it allows people, everyday people who have jobs, who have careers, who have whatever you have going on, allows you to have a skill set that nobody can take from you, no matter what industry you're in. And I started thinking, like, I've been in several different industries and I've made pretty good money, but it wasn't for the sake of my little legacy freedom. So I said, what if you want more money, once you go get educated on more money, not just the U.S. dollar. I'm not against the U.S. dollar. All I want to know, all I want to learn is how to do B2B with other countries. And that's what economy does. You'll hear more about it. It allows people like myself, everyday people with jobs, busy people, around the world to be educated and be more aware and updated on how currency is being transformed and transferred for wealth.
Good stuff, man. And our next sponsors are New Living Transportation, where they provide all the transportation needs that you desire, from delivering goods, from delivering people back and forth to the airport, or to the casinos, or to your doctor's appointment, whatever you need. They have all the proper delivery skills that you would want to be a part of. New Living Transportation. They're on the road, they're local, they're all over. So give them a call at 618-696-5060, and they will be there for you to deliver whatever you need delivered. All right, man. Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it. So, after your situation going to the hospital, Benadryls, and I thank you for sharing that story. You know, I'm gonna actually share one. Probably it's probably like a 3-year-old story. I used to have a bad habit of just taking ibuprofen, man, just for when I used to go to the gym and really, get sore from the gym or whatever. I thought the best thing to do was ibuprofen, or even not even just that. When I couldn't sleep, ibuprofen. I wouldn't say, I don't think I was addicted.
Right.
I don't remember I was craving for it, but it was kind of like, it became such a stupid routine in a sense. And I don't usually use negative words like that, but really it was. Because it was just kind of like, damn, I can't fall asleep. Fuck it, go get 4 ibuprofens. God damn, man, I didn't think I was going to be this sore from just working out, playing basketball. Fuck it, go get 6 ibuprofens.
Ooh.
You feel me? But then all of a sudden, for me, I do want to talk about the use of marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it, because for me, it wasn't social anymore. I'll admit that when my first time I went to Jamaica, I started back smoking, and it was social. It was just like, man, I'm in Jamaica, let me get it in. But then as I started trying to figure out how can I find something to help me with this pain, help me with my anxiety, help me when I need to sleep. And I noticed like when I indulge, it relaxes me. It keeps me at an even keel, it keeps me calm. You feel me? So I said, okay, you don't necessarily have to roll a whole one up and smoke it all. Why don't you learn how to manage that? Right? So I started doing things where I would just take 4 pulls and it would bring me to a state where I can relax and get some really quality, productive sleep. And it would help take my pain away. So then I understood that I started managing it to make it a priority in my life where it was helping me. And then before you know, I haven't had an ibuprofen, probably I don't even know, man, probably at least a couple of years. You know what I mean? And believe me, for me, that's
huge.
That's huge because I used to have ibuprofens at my job, ibuprofens in my workout bag, ibuprofens in my armrest in my car, ibuprofens in my bathroom, ibuprofens right next to my bed. Like they was everywhere so I guess I was addicted because that's fucking crazy to even think that I had like 6 different bottles of ibuprofen in different areas of the crib, the car, work spot, everything. So, that's a low point, whether we want to realize it or not. And these are the things that we don't even have an opportunity to talk to other people or talk to other brothers about because we think shit like that is normal because we think that like hiding some of these issues is what we're supposed to do because we were actually taught to do that. And there's no slight on anyone that showed us these ways or thought that these were the best ways to do certain things. But I think we talked about this quite a bit off the air. Like the way we were taught, it doesn't even necessarily have to be from our parents. It could just be from just looking at TV, from society, from school or whatever. I think this generation is starting to learn to see things differently, to find new ways. One thing I do love about social media and the internet is that you don't have no excuses to not know shit. Whatever the topic is, you can find it, you can read up on it, and you can determine which is bullshit and what's really accurate, and you can find out whatever you need to find out to better yourself. It's up to you. Like how we want to do this podcast, we say from A to Z, this is what we need to do slowly but surely. You know, we knew where we had to put our money, we knew how we wanted to run it, and here we are, slowly but surely, our way or the highway, basically, right? So thank you for sharing that, and that was pretty much my spill on that. But I do want to kind of lead into how, you know, we're missing a person, right? It was actually supposed to be 3 of us.
Before you say that, I
Go ahead.
gotta
Do your thing.
I gotta put the icing on what you said.
Yes, sir.
That was huge because responsibly, you have sons, I have sons, and now socially accepted is weed and marijuana because they can tax it. So now it's not illegal. It's just the fact of now you get a better blend on certain things, and I have, you know, indulged in it in my life. And the reason why I cut out, that was another thing I did too. I was a person that I would smoke all week, you know, at one point in my life. And then as I had a son, and I had a business, I just started saying to myself, okay, there was another thing I weaned for myself. I wouldn't touch it from Wednesday to Saturday, but that last client on Saturday, bro, I even had a client that was a dude from Wisconsin who got some ooh, ow, e. He would tip me $25 and then give me a 25 bag. He worked for the stock market.
Okay.
And he was the first one to really talk me about the stock market too. So that's how he tipped me 2 ways. And he paid $100 for his haircut, $25 cash, $25 in for my.
You know, have me started.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So it was like he the one that kind of, you know, got me into it. But what slowed me down, everybody, that I was born with asthma bronchitis. So at a point, I had to find, because the blends and all that wasn't good. So today you have to find out what's best for you. And just because now, all of a sudden, the stuff that those prescriptions are worse than marijuana, alcohol, you just be responsible what you do, and you just say, do I have to have it every day? And that's what we're talking about really quick. He set us up because he was in a habit of succeeding, and he knew he needed to have certain things in place to take care of business. And so the same with me. So it becomes a habit, and you don't think you're addicted, but you're addicted to staying in focus. Not necessarily the drug, what it gets you there. So we're saying to y'all, release whatever it is, and you say to yourself every day, do I need it or do I want it? Do I gotta have it? And am I feeling for it? And that's a person, that's a thing, place, or anything. So it's not just, it's cigarettes, it's anything. It could be working out. See, so people don't look at that as being addicted too. But that's it. Now we can go into the trust of people and men, and I'll let you open it up because you don't want to open up this, and I'm gonna say individual to my daggone spirit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna touch on that in a minute because I wanted to kind of add to what you were saying when it talks about, indulging. You know, we're gonna get to a place, and I just thought of this. I just literally just thought of this. We're gonna get to a place where we discuss certain strands, and what's the benefits of these strands. Like, I've been lazy, y'all. I can't admit that. You know, I bought all this equipment. I got like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of equipment to actually grow my own strands, and I just haven't set the shit up. It's been lazy. I got all
Another business.
the top now. All the top notch stuff to set it up, and I just haven't taken the time. And I got the space to do so. Be grateful. But I didn't. I haven't taken the time to pursue that. So that's another part of this entity that we're going to talk about because there's great benefits in that, and it needs to be discussed amongst us and for the men. And for the women too. I want to touch on that before we get into this
and all kinds of stuff.
And into that, like, this channel is primarily for men in their mental space, but it's also for women to come and to support and to see on ways that they may have never thought about how they can support us in our time of despair. And most times you don't even realize what the man is going through. So we're here to kind of bridge that gap to say, hey, if he's acting like this, if he did this, if he said this, most likely he's feeling this way, and maybe you can kind of just say these few things to kind of bring him or help him bring him out of that. Because believe it or not, most men do want to talk about it. The problem is that when we get to a place where we feel that we can share with you, our woman or a woman, period, in general, could be a friend, could be a loved one, whatever, right? And we not able to express the way we really want to because there's such a disconnect, right? And we're gonna dive into that too. We don't really want to get into the relationship shit, that's not what we're doing, but we do want to talk about how sometimes there's such a disconnect among people, among men, among women, because even the brothers now, like I'm even seeing like when you come around, that's how I'm gonna lead into this. Like we originally had 3 of us, right? And the energy was great, and mind you, this individual reached out to me because, you know, for people who don't know, and it's not a shout out to me, I wrote a book, you know, back I think in like 2013, and he was a great supporter of that book and my radio show that I had at the time. And he reached out and said, man, I'm thinking about writing a book, and I just need your advice. So we started chopping up. I said, man, it's funny you hit me. I'm also thinking about indulging into this space of podcasting again, and but it's more going to be focused on that. And he got super excited. You know what I mean? He was saying, man, what's the, oh man, that's cool, that's cool. He even participated and gave us some revenue to help us, you know, get things going. And even would call and say, hey man, I'm gonna do this next week, I'm gonna do that. And then out of nowhere, he sends me a message and says pretty much that he can't do it anymore, something happened in his job, blah, 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 this and that and the other. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory with that, is that we had just said that when any of us are going through something like that, communication is key, right? You know, we all know that people need a moment to process what's going on, but at some point, come to the people that genuinely and unconditionally support you, right? So I said, okay, brother, but before you make a decision about not wanting to be on the show, let's have a conversation. So he tells me, all right, I get off at a certain time. I call his phone, he didn't answer. I text him, Dave gave him a call, he didn't answer. I called him, I texted him again, he's answering. Now at this point, he's making me feel like he's my woman or something, like I'm chasing this nigga or something. But hey, it is what it is. So then as soon as I said that energy to myself and shit, I see this nigga randomly posting on Facebook. Now, you know, that shit pisses a person off to every possible capacity when you like, nigga, I know you see my fucking calls, I know you see my fucking text, but you gonna randomly post some old goofy ass shit on Facebook and I'm not supposed to feel some type of way? Like, for real. Nigga, just tell me you don't want to fuck with me no more. Just tell me you made a grand mistake. I don't want to fuck with light-skinned niggas. Whatever the fuck it is. But don't not answer my shit and then go on that motherfucker and post some other shit and think I'm supposed to be cool. You goddamn right I feel some type of way about this shit. But in saying that, I am very thankful to the universe that this energy was presented to us before we dived in. If you remember, bro, I had came to y'all, I texted y'all, I said, hey, we're gonna do a 90-day trial of this here thing. And if we like it, we're gonna go corporate. We're gonna get some, we're gonna get the business papers, we're gonna get, you know, the LLC set up, we're gonna get some, you know, we already do got sponsors already. We're gonna really get really professional with this shit. Yeah. Get business credit, get some lines of credit, all that shit. Like, man, we're gonna, you know, go all in. But let's see if we really connect with one another first. So after 90 days, yeah. I said that shit, and man, 10 hours later, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I hit Dave, like, I got insecure and got kind of like anxiety about Dave. I'm like, man, Dave, do you still want to do it and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I say that to say, like, man, look, brothers, like, when you finally come across some brothers that are being genuine, don't have any antics behind it, they're willing to express the way they truly feel in that moment, and they're not judging you, they're not criticizing you and talking about you, they're not talking about you behind your back, you should take grand notice of that, because it's very rare. Like, literally, I was that dude in high school, in college, right? to the point where my phone used to ring literally probably every minute or two, right? I was most popular, I was prom king, I went to high school, I was selling weed, so that made you popular with everybody because I was selling weed. I was him, right? And then what happened in high school, I happened to date someone who was extremely popular than me. So you know that takes your value up, even when you don't want it to, right? And I did it. I'm a Sagittarius. Most Sagittarius like to live lonely, like secluded, right? So then in college, what do? I end up dating a girl that everybody in college considered to be one of the finest girls in college. That automatically took me up here. And usually what it does at that tender age, the females that find out that you're with this beautiful woman be like, damn, what is it about him?
Yeah.
So now behind the scenes, they trying to tap at you like, hey, if you know, you know what I mean? But all that was too much. So I say to say I built a persona where I built on that by being someone that I truly wasn't, right? And in doing that, I attracted all these different energies, all these different homies, all these different ladies, and built someone that I wasn't, right? So when you finally realize that, which I realized probably about 3 to 5 years ago, and I'll let you speak on, sorry for being long-winded,
No, man.
but when you finally realize that, you have to get rid of everyone, right? Because you built these people off stuff that wasn't really you.
Yeah.
So literally now, all I have is my business partner, Dan, that you know, you've met, and his family, and his cousins that have embraced me as one, and I'll talk about that later. You have entered my life as recent, right? And a couple other situations, my family, my friends, I shouldn't say friends, just my family. You know, my mom, and my kids, you know, and I'm starting to build from scratch from that, right? But at first it becomes a situation where you feel as if like you're lonely, but then all of a sudden you be like, oh man, you get used to it, and you have to build on that. So expand on that, bro. Expound on that.
Damn, bro, because, you know, I know you're a Sag. I know Sag's pretty good on the other side.
Yes, sir. And it's a difference too.
Of the gender.
But yeah, we got some similarities.
You still have some, have because of experience and then the gender related and non-gender related. But I'm too was a very popular individual. Like I couldn't go anywhere without somebody knowing me, especially with the last name like Guilty, and I was a person who loved to make people laugh and talk shit. I had a salon, bro, and I kicked it off. Like I can't help it. I'm Celeste Guilty's child, Walter Reed's baby. My grandmother was as an Aries, my other grandmother was a Taurus, my father was a Gemini, my mother was a goddamn on Pisces. So, and I don't, and that's why this, bro, this is where the disconnect. I can't tell you what my grandfather was. Either one. For my mother or my father, because that's how far back my history goes to connect myself. Damn!
I got you.
Damn! And we wonder why we don't know thyself. But anyway, I'm learning different things, and I found out, because I'm very lighter than my brother and my mother and my father, and we can talk about those things too, that a Gemini and that aspect, I don't know if he focused on that, really got me into mental gymnastics and battle every day, because I used to hear stuff like mama's baby, daddy's baby. Like, nigga, you ain't my daddy. You know, and that life skin stuff. So it's a lot of that healing that came about. But man, what you just said, man, I too have been married. I have 3 sons. It's no step that has belonged to me. Taylor molding to me is a Taylor Guilty molded to me. Jordan Lamar Guilty, my firstborn, who changed my life, and then Bryce Malin, who has
put magic and all of it together, because why, I just have to say this, Bryce, why he's loved by the whole family. And bring everybody together, because he's a mixture of everybody. When you see this kid, you see everybody. You see Taylor.
Yeah, I just met Bryce.
You just met Bryce today.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see Taylor. You
Great
see
young man.
Jordan. You see my mom. You see his other grandma, his mom's side. He is a mixture of everyone. Like, he even sleeps, bro. I go in his room, he got his mouth wide open like my mom, and then he walks like my dad. So I started studying that, and then he stands like his mom. Like, so I see all of his necessary genetic makeup. And then another thing, that's another study. I started studying people from doing hair, from genetics, how to get better than more professional cut hair. That's how cold I was with that. But anyway, I was another person that had to go through solitude in the lonely chapter. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's the lonely chapter, but you have to choose it to be brave enough to look at yourself. Am I want to be popular, or do I want to be significant?
Dang.
I don't want to be popular anymore. Popularity still has shackles on my heart, my mind, and my freaking money.
Good stuff.
I want to be significant so that my money makes money and my words become tunes to your soul. As I vibrate through people's minds and allow you to think. I needed the solitude that I just went through. Losing both of my grandmothers, going through a divorce, still have a good relationship with the young lady, going through other relationships that built me up, that I can talk about these women because I'm not mad. I'm thankful for the lessons, to understand the educations and the people who believed in me. But I had to, once again, in my solitude, find my voice, find who I was. So don't be afraid, gentlemen, of solitude. It's a difference of being lonely than being alone. And you have to be brave enough to grow through that so you can hear your God. You gotta see you and stop blaming people for your father, your mother, and other things that's transpired in your life. You gotta take responsibility and accountability, and you only gonna do it when you shut up the goddamn noise. And while other people are rooftopping and all this stuff, like I was invited to a rooftop party right now. And I wanna go, but I wanna be here even more.
Right, no doubt. Yeah,
Right? So we're just saying, everybody, I love the fact that you went through your solitude, and I went through and I'm growing through my solitude now, because without that, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
If you were still at that same place of popularity, and it takes us bravery. That's what I love this dude, man. The bravery for him to say, like, he was a basketball player, he's a baller, and the women, and all this different things. Like, you're right, fellas. If you want more women, or I will tell you this, I used to look at people studying in the clubs, and then I listen to a lot of people. Women don't care when you walk in the joint by yourself, or walk in there with a woman, or know one of the baddest ones that's in there and get a hug, and y'all hugging a woman behind the back, looking at who, looking at you, who looking at me, looking at me, looking at her.
That's crazy.
I used to study that. I didn't never have to do that. I never was a dude who needed money to get a woman.
That's crazy.
I'm not that dude.
Yo, that's crazy. I get that.
I didn't need woman. I didn't need money to get in the club. I didn't need it. Everywhere I went, I manifested. I was supposed to be there. I was the owner of that club that night. And I'm getting back to manifesting that. I'm going to tell y'all think Shay something. Wait till you see what we do. And men, don't be afraid to be alone.
And let's lead into that, bro. Let's kind
Man, because you got to get back to that dude. That's on me. Your ass introduced me.
Yeah, well.
We finished with it?
Yeah, we finished that shit.
Damn, see, that's why I like this.
We finished this shit.
That's why I got love for this. They don't like it, I got love for
It's
this.
Saturday night. People got things to do. We got shit to do. So we're going to get into your guilty moments, man. I know you.
GILTYISMs?
That's your guiltyisms. And we want to get into that. Like those moments where your mind is doing what it does, and it comes out those GILTYISMs.
Ask me any question off the cuff. I want people to see how my brain and my spirit were like anything like I am like. I don't give a shit right now about, and I'm not afraid of who thinks of what of me right now. Because as long as my God says, be guilty, I was already born guilty. So what you gonna tell me? I'm gonna try to be innocent now? I'm gonna try to be something I'm not. I was born guilty.
That's it right here. I love it, bro. I love it. So, man, we're going to get right into my segment where I call it Talk Your Shit segment.
Is this one to ask me?
Nah, man, nothing.
Okay, good. GILTYISM, that's going to be a segment.
Yeah.
That I'm going to ask him to ask me, or I might come up with something, or I might look into the chat. And I want y'all to challenge me because I'm on point from here and there. So good. So now we'll get into this dude.
Yeah, Talk Your Shit segment.
Talk your shit. You can
Talk your
too.
shit.
I can imagine being on the
Talk your
course.
shit segment. And this is the part where anybody can come and, or it's going to be really me and David for now, but we feel good about ourselves. So we call it Talk Our Shit segment. You know, whatever it is that we feeling good about. What I'm feeling good about tonight, I feel good about the start of this podcast and how it's going to grow into something amazing. That's what I feel good about. I feel good about the point that I'm in a place where I can sincerely say that the people that are in my life are genuine and unconditional through the great times, through the bad times. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep it short and plain. What is your talking shit? What do you want to talk your shit about tonight?
Tonight?
I know one thing you do is talk your shit about putting the mic actually up to you and shit.
Damn thing, man. This one, man, that I think this one, man. I've been doing the other shit behind the scenes. My shit like this.
Hey, the show over now. I said we work on that next
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna work on that, but like, I gotta tighten up my shit. Like his stuff is all together, out. Yeah, everybody know that with me and technology and shit. But then I was cutting hair.
Yeah, right, no doubt. You don't doubt.
So y'all got our strengths, and that's what another thing. So
Yeah.
what I feel good about is about being alive.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit, like, cause I don't give a shit what people think about me right now, dog. Like, for real, like I came up with about some Benadryls and some Prosecco, and if you got judgment on me, then check yourself, man. You know, take that rock out your hand and also clean your own window. You get that? Glass houses, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just my talking shit, man, is I dare us not be successful in a place that we don't have to prove nothing to anybody. I love what you said the other day on and you know, start to subscribing to my dude too. Say it again.
I am understanding. I am understanding. It's on YouTube. Just type it in. I'll pop right out. Hit subscribe. We're gonna have some gifts and prizes for people that subscribe and actually put something in the comment that you joined and you got it from the A Few Good Men. Matter of fact, if you subscribe to either one of our pages right now and go to any video that we have posted and go into the comments and say A Few Good Men in all caps, you will have a possibility to win up to $100, and we'll announce the winner once a week on one of our shows. So tap into that.
That's what I like to do.
Tap into that.
That shit just came off the
Tap
whole.
into that.
That came off the grill, like you just
Yes,
flipped
sir.
that boy. You didn't have no season on that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Tap into that.
yeah, and I am born guilty too. Born guilty too. Like, I just feel good about life right now, who I am, man. I'm getting more clarity about myself, but like, man, this has been like last week at this time, man, it's one of the toughest weeks of my life, man.
I didn't even know that. That's good stuff.
One of the toughest weeks of my life. I think I cried from my soul like 4 times. 4 times where it was like uncontrollable. That I could not stop crying from my soul, even when tears was coming, not coming from my eyes. I was crying from my soul, bro. And like, I stopped. You know how you got that ugly ass cry? Yeah. All that shit, man. You try to stop your damn self and having an ugly cry. I just got ugly. I slobbed and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I did after that? I worked out.
That's good stuff.
I worked out. I paid the bill. I took a walk.
That's what's
I thank God for loving myself. After I did the soul cry, fellas, don't be afraid to cleanse your soul with cries. Don't do it. Don't be afraid to cleanse your soul with cries. Stop chasing a woman. You attracted what you are. Like, I want you to understand this. Do you want to attract any relationship in business, intimacy, and friendship? Would you be your own friend? How good of a friend can you be? How good of a business partner can you be? How good of a partner can you be? We're going to keep attracting the same thing. I'm not chasing it. And I heard this, I have some great people in my life. I told you about Bass who gave me GILTYISM, and you have Miss, Yarbrose, who, stole stuff out like this. She said the other day, I'm through chasing success. Why I gotta beg you to pay your bills? Why I gotta beg you for something we have when it has something to do with economy? I just want to attract it. When you believe in your God. So I have those kind of beings around me, plus yourself and Miss Debbie. I know she's on here, another spiritual woman that I'm partnering with. But the fellas, man.
Tap in.
And I'm kind of upset with y'all men that's been in a part of my life, man, because it's fantasy football time and I still got me a lead. I gotta say it. You said this all over. I gotta say, I love you fellas, man, but I did not have our league and nobody called me and say, damn, you ain't having a league. Like, what was that say to you?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Damn, you're not even,
Yeah.
like, you gave us $80 for these things. He gave us $80 for these things. And the nigga not even here.
It was actually 100.
100. And he gave us 80. Like, we were trying to split. Anthony been covering some stuff. I sent him some money, so I gave my weight up. And the commercial, man, I love that about, what they said, two live transportation, something like.
Oh, New Living Transportation.
New Living Transportation.
Yes,
I gotta remember,
this is
my first glass and a half in almost 8 days.
That's why I'm like, let's get out of here before we lose the 2 sponsors that we got. Yes, sir. Well, let's get on up out of here. Hey, but again, check us out. Check me out at I Am Understanding on YouTube, and check brother out at Born Guilty 2, right? At Born Guilty 2 on YouTube. We're starting here, like, we're older, so we don't multitask, we don't post here, we don't post there and post there. Like I said, we build it from the ground up and we're proud of it. And you're gonna see a lot of great things from us men. Tap in. We're here for you to support you, to help you provide that safe space. And we'll sign it off in a few good men. See y'all next time.
Boom. I want to shout out to Mr. Jason Hodge. Get that, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You do that thing, man, boy.
Yes, sir. We good, my dude. Man, I'll tell this goddamn thing out.
Oh, you funny, man. You funny. All the stuff, man, I got you.
We gonna blow the fuck up just for my transparency, bro.